Welcome back, everyone. Tonight, our ABC News exclusive interview with Jack Teixeira, the former Air National Guardsman sentenced to 15 years for leaking classified information online. The FBI says his actions created, quote, exceptionally grave and long-lasting damage to the national security of the United States. And given that assessment, Teixeira made a stunning admission, saying he thinks he would do it all over again.
This call is from
Jack Teixeira. Hello, is this Linsey?
For the first time, the man responsible for one of the most consequential intelligence leaks in U.S. history is speaking out from behind bars. Former Air National Guardsman Jack Teixeira is currently serving a 15-year prison sentence after pleading guilty to 6 counts of willful retention and transmission of classified information relating to the national defense.
My intent was to educate the United States populace, people, about what was going on. It was not to harm the United States as a country, because I love my nation. I'm a patriot.
The now 23-year-old shared top-secret information, including troop movements related to the war in Ukraine. He did it on Discord, a chat platform popularized by gamers. The government says in an attempt to impress anonymous friends on the internet. In your sentencing memorandum, there was a psychiatrist who talked about your experience with the Discord community, saying that you felt for the first time in your life accepted and understood. Would you say that that's why you shared the information with them?
That I was accepted and understood by them? I would say that was more of a secondary factor, because of course you need people that you can trust when, I guess, doing something like that. But it was really going to happen regardless.
As an IT specialist in the National Guard, Teixeira had a top-secret security clearance, one the Pentagon says he needed to do his job. But prosecutors say he exploited that access. According to the indictment, another document shared included discussing a plot by a foreign adversary to target United States forces abroad.
I love the United States, and I'm glad to have been born here and raised here, because I think this is the greatest country on earth. And it was by no means meant to harm my country, but I did believe that I needed to educate the people about what was going on, because I believe they were being lied to.
What lies did you think that you were uncovering by the Biden administration?
Without going into specifics, I thought it was a lot about specific battles and the outcomes of those battles, or certain troop positions and certain things on the tactical and strategic aspect of that war and in other places around the world, and that there was a lot of skewing by them to, I guess, put up a different image than what was actually going on the ground. And that's what I believed were some of the lies that he was propagating, especially concerning our assistance to Ukraine and other countries. And I just thought it was a lot of lie. Do you feel at all that you betrayed your country? I don't feel that I betrayed my country at all. Just the opposite. I believe that I educated a lot of the people who have been kept in the dark and who were being lied to about this, concerning all of the things that had been going on. But at his sentencing hearing in November, Teixeira appeared remorseful, telling the judge, "I'm sorry for all of the harm that I've caused and wrought to my friends, family, and those overseas. I don't think I can really sum up how contrite I am." At the time of your sentencing, though, you were very contrite, and you said you were sorry for what you did and you accepted accountability. And so has that changed? Do you still feel sorry, and are you still willing to accept the accountability? So what I had said was I was sorry for how what I had done affected my family and my friends. But I still believe in my actions. And while that wasn't explicitly mentioned, I believe that it was implied, but I never necessarily apologized for my actions, but how they affected others that I cared about. Well, you said, I'm sorry for all the harm I caused. And that was mentioned specifically towards those who I love.
Ring camera footage we're showing for the first time chronicles the moments the FBI stormed in to seize his devices. The government found many of those devices smashed and said that he took a series of obstructive steps intended to prevent investigators from understanding the scope of his alleged actions. As investigators dug into Teixeira's past, the Washington Post uncovered a video of Teixeira holding a gun and using racial slurs. You posted a video of yourself at one point using the N-word, saying racial slurs against Jews. And there was a friend of yours who was interviewed by the Washington Post, and he said that you described yourself as a racist. Not only that, that you were proud of being a racist. Is that how you would describe yourself today, as a racist?
Not at all, because a lot of that friend group's humor was dark, and a lot of people are not going to understand exactly how we joke and the lens with which we view the world and how we just offload a lot of distress and stress, and a lot of people might be offended by it, but that's our humor. So no, I don't believe that I'm a racist at all.
As he serves time in federal prison, he remains adamant that his remorse is simply about being taken away from his family and friends and any fallout for them.
What you really deep down want to say is, what were you thinking? It was hard to not ask him why.
His mother, Dawn, is still processing it all.
Did you, as his mother, have a sense of the gravity of him leaking these military secrets?
No. It was a complete surprise to me. That morning, the New York Times reporters came down my driveway asking to see him. That was the first inkling I had that anything was awry. I still didn't believe it. It was unbelievable to me.
An attorney for Teixeira filed an application for a pardon from President Trump on Wednesday. Such requests are typically submitted after a federal sentence has been completed, but it's up to each presidential administration to approve or deny.
If you had the chance to do this again, would you take the same action?
I believe that I would. Considering everything that was going on at the time, I believe I would have, yes.
That action came with a 15-year prison sentence. And so knowing that, you would still take that action?
Yeah, I mean, we can always go back, and I've tortured myself over and over and over again about what would happen if I didn't do this, or what would happen if this and that, and in reality, it doesn't really matter, because all that I was doing to myself was hurting myself and trying to guess at events and circumstances that were far beyond my ability to perceive. I could always make guesses, but until you're living in that moment and doing what you're doing, you're not going to really understand of what could I have done, what should I have done, etc. So, but I still do believe that, yes, I would have done it again.
No word just yet on when the Trump administration will weigh in on a possible pardon.